Hey everybody, I don't know who's here. Oh, there's some people here. Here you guys are. How's it going? I'm doing a live Q&A because I'm having technical difficulties. I haven't been making videos. If you can, please hit that like button so people discover about this chat. I'm doing a live Q&A again because I'm sorting out some technical difficulties to make more videos. I'll be able to make more videos in a day or two. But for now, I figured I'll do a Q&A because I haven't really released any videos lately because of technical difficulties. So I'm like, let me do some live Q&A so I could stay in touch with you guys and hopefully provide some value and give some coaching to whoever and answer some questions because there's always a million questions and I'm super happy to answer whenever I can. So let's see how many people. 10 people so far. Where's everybody from? The Caribbean, yeah. Absolutely awesome. I love it there. It's a really cool place to be. This is really cool. Who else? Where are you guys? Where is everybody from? I'm seeing 13 people, 12 people. France, Portugal. Hell yeah. This is awesome. So awesome. Yep. Another Portugal. Absolutely cool. Italy. Going to bed in a short time. Yes. LA. Yep. I'm in LA, Salt Lake City. That's so cool. That's so cool, you guys. Very awesome. Yeah, it's also, I need to figure out when is New York. Fuck yeah. I need to figure out what time is a good time to do this to have the most amount of people that I can get. Right now it's 13 people. It's probably going to go up a little bit. But last time I did, it was over 50 something people. Now it's a lot less. So I'm not sure what is the difference. Maybe it's because I haven't been releasing videos. I'm having some technical difficulties. What's up, Fernando from Italy? So soon I'm going to be releasing more videos. In about 2 days, I'll be able to do it. Here, I'm going to show you my new setup. You see that? I'm going to have real professional lights. I'm going to have real professional lights for the videos. It's going to look a lot better. Indonesia. Привет from San Diego. What's up? Yeah, you guys. So for those who just joined, I'm doing live Q&A because I haven't been making videos. If you can please hit that like button so people will discover the video, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. 16 Italy, keep up with the videos. Great. Oh, I'm so happy the videos are helping. I'm doing more videos now. In a couple days, I'm going to start doing more videos because I have a technical difficulty right now, so I can't really do them. But in 2 days, I'm going to start pumping them out. Now I'm going to have a new microphone, a new lights, and all that good stuff. Thank you for hitting the like button, you guys. That really helps. If you hit the like button, it helps my videos a lot. You're an amazing teacher. Thank you so much, Norman. I appreciate it. I hope I'm helping. I hope my work is helping. So you guys want to hear a story about my books? I was writing a book. That's called How to Improvise on Chord Changes. And it took a while. I got through about half of the book. A lot of you guys wanted the book. And then I realized I started talking to students and I started talking to you guys. And I realized that before I release this book, I need to release another book or even a small series of books that's going to be called Before You Improvise. I feel like before you improvise on chord changes, there's a certain set of mastery of certain things you need to have before you even start improvising on changes. And so that's what I'm doing, a series of short books. Each book is going to be like 50 or 60 something, 65 pages, and it's going to cost $10. And each book is going to take one mode, like Ionian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and it's going to take that mode and give you a bunch of exercises of how to explore this mode. And it's going to be doing it in all 12 keys. And it's all written out. You don't have to think about anything. You just play through it, and your fingers and your brain just get mastery. Just play through the book. So it's for all instruments, and it's super cheap. Toronto, what's up, Toronto? It's going to be super cheap. and it's going to be 10 books or however many modes. Each book takes like one mode and takes, for example, in the key of C. Let's do this mode in the key of C. And it gives you 100 billion trillion different, all kinds of little permutations of how to explore the mode, right? And then it does the same thing in the key of C sharp, and it's all written out. And then the same thing in the key of D, and it's all written out. Key of E flat, all written out. And then the next book is going to be the same thing, but with a different mode. And I feel like that's something people need before they start improvising on chord changes. It's not like you can't improvise on chord changes without it. You can. Sup, St. Vincent? You can improvise without it, but you'll be doing yourself a disservice. You need that mastery. And that's why a lot of you guys are having problems that I'm getting those Skype lessons or comments, like, because there needs to be a fundamental level of control of the stuff before you even start improvising on chord changes, or at least that's the best way to go about it. So that's why I stopped writing my book, How to Improvise on Chord Changes, or rather I took a pause with that book, and I started writing these small books about each one exploring a separate mode. And these are going to start coming out in a few weeks. And they'll be $10. It's nothing. So anyway, my thoughts on Jacob Collier. Jacob Collier is one of the most talented musicians, I think, on the scene today. The guy has more talent than some, than some countries I could name filled with people. Where I live, what is there to say about Jacob Collier? What a brilliant musician. I had a chance to play with him a couple times and hang out with him here in LA. It was nothing but a pleasure. We sat down, I think, at Lewis Cole's house one time and improvised for like 2 hours as a band and switched instruments. Yeah, it was amazing. All right, next, I love his culture. How do you find the motivation to be great in the world where everyone wants you to be okay-ish? Because you don't want to be great or okay-ish for anyone in the world. So what the world wants you to be is irrelevant to what you want to be, because you're not doing it for the world in the first place. You're doing it for yourself, Adam. So who cares? What you're citing, yeah, the world wants you to be okay-ish, and your shoe size is 8, and your eye color is green. Like, what does any of that have to do with who you want to be in the world? Like, okay-ish or great. The motivation to be great is a self-generated motivation. It has nothing to do with the world or what the world wants you to be. Would you like to make a video about inner voicings or on major and minor chords in the jazz world? Inner voicings, could you tell me what you mean by inner voicings? I agreed with you about releasing books for some basics first before improvisation one. A mistake that most online teachers do is explaining advanced concepts without explaining the basics first. That's true. So that's what I decided. I'm writing this book, right? I'm like, man, this is pretty advanced stuff. And some people will get it, but like some people are like almost there. So why don't I make something different for those people? Right, Adam, thank you. That's it, really. Who gives a shit, you know? You guys want to tell you a story about Adam's question? Hold on with the love your videos. Thanks for your answer. Of course. Before you ask more questions, hold on. I'll tell you when to ask the questions. I'm going to tell you a really cool story. Hey, Tibai from Tunisia. How's it going? I'll talk about what I do when I practice. Here's a cool story, you guys. Hold on with the questions. I'll take questions. I want to tell you a very important story. Very, very important story. I'm a big fan of Branford Marsalis, jazz saxophonist. When I was 22, Branford came to Berklee, and his band played for dinner for all the Berklee donors, millionaires having dinner. And of course, because they're millionaires, their background music is going to be Branford Marsalis, the famous, renowned saxophone player, and his quartet. And here I was, 21, a big fan of Branford. And I'm watching Branford for the first time in my life, and he's my hero. And I can see that he's playing for a bunch of people eating. Like it's a restaurant, and it's like a big hole. And I'm like, this is a disgrace. Why is he doing this? Why is he playing for all these people who are eating? He's one of the most important jazz musicians in history. Why is Branford doing this? And I came to him and I said, Branford, you're my hero. Why are you playing for these people eating dinner? Why? Oh my God. That's not good. You're a genius. You shouldn't be doing this. And he looked at me and he said, I play for the drummer. The drummer plays for the bass player. The bass player plays for the piano player, and the piano player plays for me. We play for each other, and we create art. We're not playing for people to eat or not eat. When people come and they want to witness us create art, that's okay. But when we create art, it's not, we don't care that it's other people are eating in front of us. Because, you know, we're getting paid and we're making music, for ourselves and for each other. So we don't care. So Adam, to your question, who gives a shit? Whatever, the world wants you to be mediocre. I'll tell you something even worse than that. The world doesn't even want you to be mediocre. The world doesn't care any which way. And so we're doing it for the art. This is why art is a spiritual pursuit. Art is a spiritual pursuit because of that. Love your video. Thank you for. I'm watching from Tunisia. Very cool. Good answer. How you practice time? Have you ever rushed or something? Yes. Go on my channel and look at the video that's called "How Develop an Amazing Time." I have a video on how to do it. I can give you an answer, but I'm wasting your time and wasting everybody's time. I have a video on my channel that says how to have great time or amazing time. No, the book will not help you determine which scales to play over which chords. The next book will, the real book, the one that I'm writing, the big one. But by the time you get there, you will know every scale and every position and every key. So it will be no problem for you. The problem is not which scale to play over which chord. You can learn that in 5 minutes. What you can't learn is playing those actual scales in every key. And that's tough. And that's what these little books will do. They'll explore a separate mode. So no, they will not help you with that. The main book I was writing before, that one will tell you which modes go on which chords. And I'm gonna make a video about that too, you guys. I think that's pretty important. But that's easy. So once I tell you what goes over what, how is that gonna help if you don't know how to play those scales or whatever, or part of them? These books short little books will make sure you have everything under your belt. Every mode explored in depth in every key. And you don't have to think, you just have to play through it. Just play through it for 6-7 minutes a day and give it 3 months. And see, like, you're gonna be developing mastery of like just so much. And then of course you'll be able to apply it in your improvisation right away. What instrument other than keys have I transcribed the most? Guitar, saxophone, trumpet. Probably those three. Probably those three. You know. Have I ever played with Lage Lund? Oh, I love Lage. He's amazing. I've never played with him. I've never played with Lage Lund. He's unbelievable. What do you mean? What do I think of him? What is there to think of him? It's that New York sound. It's really cerebral. It's really intellectual. It's very sort of calculated. But he's unbelievable. On the west coast of the United States? Oh man, I'm not sure. I play a lot in Los Angeles all the time at the Baked Potato, at the Blue Whale, if you're ever there. Linear major scales and modes are getting boring for me now. What to practice now? How do I make them harder? That's what my freaking books are gonna do for you. God. They take each one of the modes and give you exercises inside the mode and permutations of the mode. Because, guys, if you want to control like an Ionian mode, just playing it up and down isn't going to make you control it well. You have to be able to play shapes inside it and all kinds of intervals inside it. And that's what my cheap little books are going to do. Because, of course, they're boring. Playing them up and down how long can you do that? Thanks, you're the bomb. Thank you. Your post about the death of rock was awesome. Would you consider doing videos on these kind of topics? I bet they would make great videos. I would love to. I just feel like people only want me to make lessons. I did vlogs where I gave amazing, cool experiences and advice about audition and advice about music. And nobody cares to watch those videos for some reason. People only want to watch my videos where I teach how to play over whatever, or teach how to do chord substitutions or whatever. It seems like most people only want me to do tutorials. I would love to do other kinds of videos. I just did them and people don't give a shit. And so I'm like, How is it playing with Lewis Cole? Awesome. Lewis, I mean, when you play with Lewis Cole on drums, you really don't get the full picture of the musician who's sitting in front of you. Because when he plays drums, he's got this unique sound. He sounds like a drum machine, right? And you say, okay, this guy has a cool vibe on the drums. Okay, great. But you don't really understand that the guy is like a prolific producer, writer, like holy shit. So when you play with him, you don't really get the full picture of the genius and like, wow. Like, I mean, he's still awesome on drums, don't get me wrong. But on drums, he has a thing on drums, and that's like the thing. You know, he's gonna play like that because that's how he plays. But like, there's just so much more there that's like, wow. Oh my god. How's it playing? Thank you for the story. I have been accepted to Berklee for this year. Any advice given for a freshman at Berklee? Advice for freshmen at Berklee. Whoever gave the $10, by the way, thank you so much. This helps me a lot, you guys. You have no idea. Doing these videos is really time consuming, and this really helps me a lot. Thank you so much for the financial support. Any financial support is appreciated, you guys. And if you can, please hit that like button so people discover the video. Advice for a Berklee freshman student. Decide what you're going for. Decide what you want out of the school. This school is like a huge supermarket. You could buy anything from toilet paper to strawberries and everything in between. What do you want? Decide that and go for that. Can we pre-order? Not yet, because I am not a professional YouTuber yet. I'm just a musician doing YouTube. Believe me, all the links are coming. I'm working on the internet stuff right now. I'm working on the whole thing to make it accessible and easy. Which finger exercises do you recommend for developing technique? Yeah, essential finger exercises by Hungarian pianist Dohnányi. I think Dohnányi is his last name. Dohnányi, Dohnani. Essential finger exercises. The best book ever. Michel Camilo gave me that book. He's incredible. I've seen him with Noah. Yeah, Ron, thank you for the $10, man. I really appreciate your contribution. Seriously, thank you so much. Will we ever see you in Greece? You are very generous, giving us all the knowledge and such simple words, unlike many snobbish teachers I've met. I'd love to come to Greece. People always ask me, will you come to Greece? Will you come to Italy? Will you come to Poland? Please understand that it's not in my hands. I will come to Greece tomorrow. I just need a promoter who promotes a show, who can make an invitation, or a university that will have me and do a master class, or music. Do you understand? Like, I need a reason to go. I need someone to pay for the ticket, or a concert or something. I can't just show up. As soon as that happens, I'm super there. I love Greece. I've been there a couple of times. Hey, recently watched your vlog touring with Kamasi Washington. Are you joining him for this summer tour? He's coming to Morocco and I'm going to be able to see him. No, my friend. I only play with Masi when Brandon can't make it. When Brandon can't make it, that's when I go. When Brandon Coleman can't make it. I've been playing with Kamasi for a long time. Let's see, what is this? I've been playing with Kamasi in Los Angeles for a long time. But before that, after that, Brandon's doing the gig. Okay, so what does this really mean? User, put the user in time. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the financial contribution thingy here. What does it really do? Ron, thank you so much, Ron. I see it. Ron contributed $10 for the cause. I really appreciate it. That helps. Every dollar helps, you guys. So yeah, okay, if you guys have any questions, now is a good time to ask. We're at 34 people. We're kicking ass. Hey, Ruslan, I'm curious what you think of the most efficient course of action is for ear training for vocalist. Is it just going over scales or is there more? If you're a vocalist, play piano. Play piano. Learn intervals. Learn to recognize intervals. Transcribe saxophone solos. Transcribe trumpet solos. That will help. What are my thoughts on jazz hand-on exercises? I mean, look, these things can't hurt. I guess the way I see it is you have to be You should attack first your real problems. That's why it helps coaching, getting a teacher here and there and getting a coach, because all of the things you could improve are not equal. There are a few things you could improve that you'll get a lot more bang for the buck than if playing through a Hanon, for example, right? If you play through a Hanon, it's going to help you. But if you don't know how to improvise on half diminished chords, and like learning that's going to help you maybe more. Or if you don't know how to, I don't know, if your time sucks, improving your time will help you more than doing the Hanon. I always like customizing my practicing to the problem and not just assessing, well, is practicing a jazz Hanon going to be a good thing? Well, I don't know. It depends what your problems are. Just like medicine, it's the pills should be applied, adjusted according to what disease we're trying to cure. Like, it's like asking me, is Advil a good pill? Yeah, Advil is a great pill if you have a headache. But if if you have some other problem, then maybe Hanon isn't appropriate. That's all based on what you're trying to improve. Don't become a professional YouTuber. Transcribe means take solo that you like, for instance, Charlie Parker solo or Miles Davis solo that you like, any instrumentalist solo, and learn it by heart. Learn to sing it with the album. That's what transcribing means. You can also write them down in notes on a piece of paper, or not. You can just memorize them. Any more questions? More questions. More questions going once. More questions going twice. Do you think about chords while you're playing, or do you internalize them so much that you just hear? Ideally, you internalize them so much that you just hear. You should not be improvising on any piece of music that you can't play by heart. Or rather, you can, but it will not be your best improvisations. Your best improvisations will always be on chords that you already memorized and practiced and mastered. What's the best way for a bassist to learn how to play a walking bass line contemporaneously? I would say get some books of transcribed bass lines, or transcribe some more bass lines yourself. Ray Brown, transcribe some Ron Carter, Scott LaFaro, transcribe some of that, and mainly take a lesson. You guys, the answer to many of your questions is like, take a freaking lesson with a bass player who knows how to play walking bass. Don't take lesson every week. Take 2 lessons. You'll see. And then on top of that, transcribe, and or get transcriptions of bass lines and study them. You can get that for $15 on Amazon. When's the next Confusion reunion? I wish I knew. What is the evolution of jazz to me? God, I don't know how to answer that. That's a big loaded question. Man, I should make a video about that. That's a really long question. There's so many ways to look at it. I do take lessons from Anthony Wellington. You might have heard of him. I was just trying to get your opinion. You're a great player and the different perspective. I want to do a lot of try and practice routine, but how do I go about in long term of optimal progress? Optimal progress is knowing what problems you have, knowing how to solve those specific problems, and monitoring your progress. That's it. Don't practice in the air. Practice towards specific tasks, specific accomplished goals that accomplish specific skills that you're trying to improve. Know your specific shortcomings. Know your specific problems. I'm weak at this, and that. I'm trying to improve that, and this. I'm doing that by doing this, and that. And then monitor the progress. That's optimal progress to me. What's my tour schedule after July? What's my tour schedule after July? I'm going in September to Japan with Larry Carlton and Richard Bono. That's going to be really exciting. That's going to be September. A book about orchestration for big bands. Ah, crap. What's his name? Fuck. What's the guy's name? Trombone player. Amazing books. Not Slanemsky, but... Or is it Slanemsky? I forgot. Let me think about it. What do I look for in a bass player? The same thing I look for in any other player. Um, the same thing I look for in any other player. I look for in a bass player the same thing. Know your role in the musical situation. Know what needs the music is creating. Sometimes the need is to play halftime. Sometimes the need is to play double time. Sometimes the need is to play whole notes. Sometimes the need is to play quarter notes. A bass player should be able to identify that. A bass player should be able to identify that and do it in real time. Play like a producer, so to speak. Not a question. Just want to say your channel is dope. The Metheny development and through Composed have helped me tremendously. Thank you. That's awesome. You're a cool YouTuber. YouTube forever. Thank you. Richard Bono. Wow, that must be crazy. He covers so much territory on bass. Yeah, Richard Bono covers a lot of territory on bass. What advice do I have for aspiring musicians? Yeah, get your playing to the level where you like it a lot and where other people like it a lot. Take music that you love and learn how to play it. If there's a piece of music you love, you should be able to play it. That's my advice. Oh, Metheny development. Do you guys like that? That's cool. I have more. I haven't even started. I have advanced Metheny development stuff. That's so crazy. I'll do more of it if you guys are into it. That's cool. I just really always think that's like a fringe of people who does it. Thank you so much. Any more questions? If you can, please hit that like button on top. It really helps to make the videos visible. We're that fringe, apparently. Yeah, you guys are that fringe, apparently. I took up piano because of you. Thanks again. That's awesome. I hope that's a good thing. Metheny development is the reason I subscribe to your channel. Holy shit, that's awesome, dude. You have no idea, man. If you want, take a lesson with me sometime. I'll give you so much Metheny development shit, your head's gonna explode. It's gonna take me 3 years to put it all on YouTube. I'm 55. I love your channel. For inspiration, many thanks. Thank you so much, Dennis. That's really cool. I'm really, really, really appreciative of that. Greetings from China. Any plans to stop by Hong Kong? Yes, I think we're coming somewhere there with Larry Carlton in September and Richard Bono. Transcription software? No. I recommend the ears, and I don't even know if those exist. I don't know if there's transcription software, to be honest. Oh, how much do your lessons cost? Just write me on personal, my email, and we'll discuss that. Do you consider yourself... most lessons people don't take every week. Most people take 1 or 2 lessons with me, and that's enough for 5 years. Do you consider yourself an average professional musician on the scene? Seems the average musicianship and skill has risen a lot. I think that, I recorded with Chick Corea, I played with Stevie Wonder and Seal and George Duke and Marcus Miller and Stanley Clarke and Kamasi Washington and Vinnie Colaiuta and Dave Weckl and Dennis Chambers, and I'm probably a little above average, but the average level has risen. This is to a question whether I consider myself an average professional musician. I've played with and regularly play with the most successful and famous people who live on this planet. So chances are I'm a tad bit above average. But yes, the level definitely is rising all the time. Budapest, I think we were just there with Bob Reynolds. God damn it. I sent an email a bit ago. Oh, wow. I must have missed it. Crap. Should I stick to one solo and jazz standard until I engrave it into my soul? I spent 3 months doing just Autumn Leaves, and I felt like I was going too slow because I want to learn other standards. It also depends how you're doing it. There's ways of learning it faster and slower. I don't know how you were doing it. If we were one-on-one or on Skype or whatever, I could help you out. It's okay to do 2 at a time. No more than 3, I think. That's definitely above average. Yeah, probably. I don't have a favorite song, you guys. I can't have a favorite song because I know too many cool songs and too many musical pieces to have a favorite song. Tour Talk, thank you so much. My typical lessons on very cool, but get something from all of them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, you guys. Thank you. And Tour Talk Pawn, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. It's awesome. It helps a big time. It helps so much. And like these videos take a long time, and I could be doing other things instead of doing them, and I don't because I want to do this all the time. And this is like so cool. And you guys, it's because of people like you that I can truly kind of keep pushing and doing it. What do you get from playing with those great musicians that you don't get playing with just anybody? The same thing you get. Very good question, by the way, Carter. The same thing you get with talking to, for instance, famous writers or famous philosophers that you don't get talking about just with your friends. These people are such insightful improvisers that found such interesting ways of telling a story and have such calibrated tune sensitivities for interplay and how to play in a band together. They have ways of making you sound better than you sound sometimes. They have very unique approaches. It's the same thing you get with wearing the designer hat that's like by designer. It's very unique experience. Only they sound like this. They don't sound generic. They sound like they sound. Plus they have very often they have amazing abilities to do, for group playing and interplay that you don't find with regular musicians. There's a reason, after all, why these people are so successful and so sought after. Those reasons are in their playing, and you get to experience those reasons firsthand when you play with those musicians. Great question. Favorite animal? I don't know. I'm a dog person. Congratulations for the channel. Thank you so much, Franco. What inspired the Christmas tune you did? I enjoyed it very much. What inspired it? Well, I lived in 3 cultures: Soviet Union, Israel, and the United States. They each had a separate set of holidays. And the only holiday that was consistent in all 3 was one or other form of Christmas. Kind of slight variation, but not very different. So Christmas is the only holiday I actually feel in my heart, because it's the only holiday I celebrated my whole life. All the other holidays came and went as I moved around the planet, living in Soviet Union, Israel, America. Holidays changed. Christmas stayed. I love Christmas because it's the only holiday I really, really feel in my heart. Do you think it's possible to really improve as a musician even if there is no one to play with and no partner to bounce ideas off? Do I think it's possible? It's possible to improve. Yes, but it's impossible to improve playing with other people, for example, because you don't play with other people. And that's a big skill that you need to develop as a musician. Have I ever met Adam Neely? No, I've never met Adam Neely. I've seen his videos on YouTube. Who is the artist that you would like to play, you would want to play with, I guess? Gene is asking. You know what? I played with so many people I wanted to play with. I don't really know. And it's also important to understand that not just because you like an artist means you'll have a good time playing with them. Sometimes it's nice to just like an artist and not play with them, because when you play with them, the experience is very different. And I've had that happen to me. People I really wanted to play with, and then I ended up playing with them, and it wasn't that great, because they're great. We're not necessarily great together, you know? How does experiencing the different cultures that I lived in affect my playing? I'm sure it affects my playing in many indirect ways, by shaping my character and shaping my persona. And also, yeah, I absorbed a lot of Russian harmony and melodic sense, Slavic melodic sense, for instance. What's my opinion about negative harmony? I don't have an opinion about negative harmony. Negative harmony is just a harmonic device, one of many. It's like counterpoint, or I don't know, numbered bass. It's just a thing you do, and you can do it if you want to. It's great. It's just a musical device. It's not, what's my opinion about negative harmony? Hey, what's my ethnic background? I am Ukrainian Jew. My family is Jewish. We come from the Ukraine, Soviet Union. When I was born, that's what it was called. Have I ever played with Robert Glasper? Yes, a couple times at a jam session, but we're both pianists and we can't really play together properly unless it's two pianos, and no, we've never done that. Can you recommend some dark jazz music? I know that's really general, but it's the best description of it. Let me think of some dark jazz music. That's actually cool. Have I met Jordan Rudess from Dream Theater? Yes, I've met Jordan Rudess at every other NAMM show I've ever been to. Snow, I'm good. I'm Shabbat Shalom. Merry Christmas. All is good. That's right. That's right. What local AF of M do I belong? I think 47. I think 47 is where I'm at. You guys, I love these questions. My girlfriend's home. Hey. Hey, sweetie, how was your day? Hey, Ruslan. Hey, what's up? Do you have any recommendations for quickly memorizing? No. Memorizing changes or standards? No, because the heart of your question is doing it quickly, and I don't know any quick way. The way I know is I take sections of a song and I loop them. I loop the first 4 bars, and then I loop the next 4 bars. Then I loop the first 8 bars, and so it goes. It doesn't happen quickly. It happens quickly when you're 12 years old. If you're over 26, 25, it's not going to be quickly because your brain slows down. You can still do it and it'll still be quickly. I think what happens is it takes a while to memorize the first, 40 songs in a row, and the next 400 it takes faster because your memorizing muscle gets stronger. What is the most challenging thing for me as a pianist? Shit. I mean, you mean technically or what? As a pianist, technically, yes, I think Rachmaninoff's 3rd concerto was pretty challenging if I was to take it on. As a pianist, as a musician, I can give you a long list of challenging things. As a pianist, I guess some of those really incredibly technical things that Liszt wrote. Turns out Berklee does audition at Rimon. How likely someone to receive a significant scholarship? I mean, if you were to answer that question yourself, what do you think the answer to that is? What do you think scholarships are based on? Whether you get a significant one or a small one. What do you think that's based on? If they audition 50 people and 3 get a significant scholarship, what do these 3 do that the other 47 don't do? Right? They probably play really, really fucking well. And they get a significant scholarship. How likely? I don't know. It's as likely as the person is amazing. That's how likely. If the person's amazing, they're likely to receive a significant scholarship. If they're not, they're less likely. I mean, that's a pretty simple question as soon as you understand what scholarships are given for and to whom and for what virtues, right? If you're great, you're going to get a significant scholarship, or at least you're likely to get one. If you're less great, show us your girlfriend. She's lucky to have you. Well, I'm happy to show you my girlfriend if she'll show herself. But yeah, let's just say I'm just as lucky to have her as she is lucky to have me. Oh my God. You hear that, babe? My subscribers think you're lucky to have me, damn it. Yeah, the best way to learn a tune is to loop the changes, you guys. Here she is. Hold on. Hold on. Here she is, my baby.
Hi.
Hey. You guys. There you go. Let's see. Where are the questions? The best way to internalize is to loop 4 bars, then loop the next 4 bars of the changes. Then loop the first 8 bars. Loop sections. Play them on loop. Play the first 4 bars on loop. Then the next 4 bars on loop. Then the first 8 bars on loop. That's how I memorize. That works for me. I want to get your hairstyle from my YouTube videos. Funny. That's awesome. What is your screen capture software to capture all the notes? It's called Chordy. Chordy with an E. It's a really, really cool software that I use for my videos. Did you get excited the first time you discovered you can play minor 6 intervals? On the major chord, yes. That's pretty funny. Yes, that's pretty exciting indeed. What is the best way to incorporate lick into natural playing situations? Um, just I don't really do that. I practice them and they kind of come out in their own permutations when they come out. And if they don't come out, similar things come out. We don't practice specific things to cut and paste them into our solos. They paste themselves when the time is right, or something that sounds kind of like them pastes itself when the time is right. Do you like noise music or see noise and jazz as related or sharing a space aesthetically? I'm thinking of Pharoah Sanders, Red, Green, Black. Right. I can't sit here and in good conscience tell you that this is something I listen to, because I feel there's so much more to explore in the consonant dissonant sense that going to the sonic realm to look for answers for me is like I don't know, using used Coca-Cola cans as like rollerblades. Like I can with enough ingenuity do that, and it'll probably work too, but I'm just so stuck trying to figure out how to rollerblade on regular rollerblades that I just don't think I'll ever get to do that. I'm so stuck trying to figure out how to play major chords and minor chords and dominant chords and augmented chords in compelling ways that I don't ever think I'll personally get to that. But that, to each his own. Have I met Jacob Collier? Yes. Plenty of times. Def Leppard, respect, indeed. How much classical music do you still practice? None. And that's a shame. And I should be ashamed of myself. I practiced a lot of classical music for a lot of years. But I no longer do, and that sucks, and boo me. Do I think I'll eventually do a walking bass video? I think many of us want it. Yes, it's on my list of videos to make. I am definitely making a walking bass video in the next month and a half. My promise. What is the average practice time you recommend for a serious pianist? I need an analogy for this. Practice is not measured in time, my friend. Practice is measured in goals accomplished. Sometimes these goals take 20 minutes to accomplish. Sometimes they take 3.5 hours. Have specific goals. I'm going to play this exercise this many times, this many repetitions, because it helps me with this problem. That's how you should be looking at practicing, and not whether it's 45 minutes or 2 hours and 23 minutes, right? That's not how you look at practicing effectively. Look at practicing from a frame of content. What are you practicing, and why are you practicing it? That's what's a lot more important. And then however long or short it takes, that's how long or short it takes. What are my thoughts on Alice Coltrane? Again, not a lot. It's a stream of musicians and music I never really got into. I'm not much of an avant-garde guy. I'm really scared of avant-garde because it's incredibly easy to fake. You understand? Avant-garde is incredibly easy to fake. So I'm really cautious of avant-garde and like sonic. Alice Coltrane is not quite avant-garde, but like I'm just too stuck trying to play like Chick Corea and Keith Jarrett and Herbie Hancock, in a sense, finding ideas and these more traditional sort of consonant, not, consonant things. And that's just the type of musician I am, so I gravitate towards those people a little more. How important is it to practice classical music for jazz pianists? Shit, I don't know, man. I don't think Bud Powell ever practiced it, and he was really famous and really successful. Chick Corea practiced it a lot, and he's really famous and really successful. Practicing music, classical music, doesn't hurt anyone ever for no reason. Is it an absolute must? No, it's not. What's for dinner? Strawberries are for dinner. Do you play for your girlfriend? Occasionally when I really feel amorous. And how do you choose chords for an intro? Oh, what a great video idea. Intros. Yeah, that's hard. I don't know. I don't know that I'm very good at it, you guys. I can play one. Uh, oh, what a great video idea. Holy cow. Thank you so much. I'm not going to answer your question right now. I'm going to make a whole video about that. How to choose chords for an intro. Yes. Bingo. What a great topic. Do you differentiate between different styles of soloing? Do you separate your R&B, jazz, blues soloing when you do a solo? Of course I do. Of course I do. When I talk to a toddler, I talk like I talk to a toddler. When I talk to a philosopher who is a professor at Princeton, I talk to him like that. When I talk to people who are like, you know, on the street, like selling weed and shit, I talk a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, of course. Of course, if it's an R&B gig and I need to solo, I'm not going to solo like it's a jazz gig. This is how I actually got to play a lot of gigs in the first place. Because when it was time for me to solo and I was given a solo, all the idiot jazz guys were playing their stupid jazz solos over a bunch of grooves, and the musicians in the place didn't know what to make of it because they're not jazz musicians. They're a bunch of, you know, R&B musicians. And they play like that. And so these jazz guys came in and played the solo at the jam session. They were like, yeah, whatever. They're not one of us. And then I come in and I play like R&B, or at least I try. Of course I do that. And you have to know your genres. It's still me. I'm still trying to be creative and explore. But hell yeah, absolutely. Damn it. I wanted to take a nap and now I'm headed to the keys. Story of my life. Except I don't take a nap or head to the keys. That's awesome. Dark jazz video. I'm so ready for it. Yes. That's kind of a harmony thing too. Are you comfortable playing in all styles? What are your favorite? I don't have a favorite. Yes, I am comfortable playing in all styles. Can I play authentic salsa? No. Can I play authentic tango? No. I can fake it really well though. Can I play authentic Brazilian music? Well, there's no such thing as Brazilian music. There's a million different Brazilian musics. No, but I'm comfortable playing all traditional styles. Pop, rock, jazz, R&B, blues. Do you understand the concept of augmented six chords? Yes, they are confusing. I could make a video of that. In some cases, when I hit a wrong key, I end up playing chords with major and minor and seventh and same, and it works somehow. Well, the definition of works is very broad. Something could be really dissonant and work, right? Something could be played by mistake and have a dissonance. Just because it's a dissonance doesn't mean it doesn't have a cool sound. And if it has a cool sound, you could say it works. Thank you guys so much for the questions. I'm going to take some more. If you can, hit that like button. Press the like button under my video. It's going to help other people discover the video, and it's going to help my channel a lot. And as always, I'm very grateful for your little financial contributions here on the chat. That helps a lot. For those of you, I'm doing another Q&A because I haven't done videos in a while. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm going to do videos again starting 2 days from now because I'm going to have all of my gear. I have some new gear too, you guys. I know I would understand if you make a video about it. Of course. Yeah, I will. I will. Any more questions? We have 55 people here, you guys. Oh, shit. By the way, before you ask any questions, you guys have no idea how much it helps me when you comment on my videos and you like my videos and you share my videos. I feel like I can help so many people. But if my videos don't get engagement, then engagement means your participation. Then YouTube doesn't suggest them to other people, and other people don't get to see my videos. Now, of course, I want my videos to be discovered because I'm selfish, but I also think my videos can help a lot of people. And those people will not see my videos if you guys don't comment on my videos and press like on them. Because if you comment and press like, then YouTube starts showing my videos to other people. Because, you know, YouTube says, oh, those must be really good videos because people comment and like on them. So then YouTube shows my videos to other people, and then they get to discover my lessons, and then I get to help them. And of course, then I get more subscribers, which is also very cool. How do you approach modes with major third movements? I'm not sure I understand the question, Andre. Could you say it again in some other words? Thoughts on Jacob Collier, his approach to soloing, solo piano harmony. I love Jacob Collier mostly as an arranger. I like him mostly as an arranger, to be honest. And that includes some harmony. Like, I can't tell you he's one of my favorite soloists. He's definitely one of my favorite arrangers, for sure. He's a really good soloist, but he doesn't really focus on soloing as much. He focuses on arranging. And also some writing and producing, of course. But I think he shines through his arrangements more than through anything else. Do you know all your blues licks in all 12 keys? Well, there's no such thing as all blues licks. They're endless. And yes, I know many, many things in all keys, including many blues licks. They're almost impossible in certain keys. It's not important to know them in all 12. Just know them in like 6 and you're already ahead. Don't make a dogma out of it, you know? Just practice it in more than one key, okay? Practice it in 5 keys and you're fine, all right? It's not that like life and death thing. I love you, man, from Egypt. Muhammad, thank you, my brother. I love you too, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the words. I have a hard time choosing what to practice exactly. And sometimes I feel like I'm wasting time. Yes, you probably are wasting time. Most of us who don't know what to practice are wasting time. Look at my video. It's called How to Practice. Okay? And I give advice there. I have a video on this channel. It's called How to Practice. Look it up. I love you from Algeria. I love you too, Cedric. Thank you, my brother. Love you too, man. Oh, how to use modes over it? Well, the same way you would use modes on how to use modes on, say, giant steps. The same way you use modes on any other set of changes. That's just a set of chord changes. Find the common tones. Be able to connect the modes. I show you how to, like, I have a video. It's called How to Improvise on Chord Changes. Part 3 or part 2, where I play this upward scale motion. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Hold on with the questions, you guys. I'm going to show you an exercise for giant steps. Hold on, I'm going to demonstrate something, you guys. I'm going to answer all your questions too. Just give me a second. This is going to be really cool. Okay? I'm going to play something. I'm going to show you what I mean. And it's going to help you. Because someone here asked how to apply, like, modes to giant steps. Hold on. I'm going to show you what I mean. One moment. Okay, so giant steps, right? So here's a cool exercise for giant steps. Start a scale. This is in one of my videos. Just check out How to Improvise on Chord Changes part 2, I think, or part 3, or part 3, I think. Anyway, so start like this. I'm gonna play an ascending scale, and I'm gonna adjust the notes based on the chords that change, like this. Do you see what I'm doing? It sounds like I'm playing a scale up and down, but somehow I'm always in the changes miraculously, right? How do I do that? I adjust the notes as I go. So crap. So adjusting, like that's kind of how I think. That's like super important exercise to me, being able to play upwards or downwards motion like this, as if it's like a single scale, but it's, of course it's not. I'm blending many scales together, and that's how I connect them smoothly, and I blend several modes together. Lewis Hutchinson, hi. Thanks so much from Jamaica. You're welcome, my friend. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help. Wow, we're having a lot of people today. Really cool. Hi, Ruslan. Do you always try to analyze the sequence of chords that you play in terms of functional harmony, trying to know the degrees? Like, no, I don't, Alan. I don't. I can if I have to. I understand functional harmony. I just don't always have to. Like, what for? That's not going to help me decide how to play them better or anything. I try to voice lead them with voice leading, which comes to us from traditional harmony. But I don't necessarily have to analyze them functionally every time. What for? Is it worth it to choose other music college in US if I can't pay for education from Berklee after I have got in? I don't have the scholarship decision yet, but I'm really concerned about this question. Sure, it's not that big of a deal what college you go to. Guys, God, it doesn't fucking matter. Just practice your ass off. Like, unless you want to be a music teacher, okay, then like you don't even, like, you just need an environment of musicians who are very good. Berklee is only great because you're gonna get that environment. You're gonna get that environment in other places too, in New York, North Texas. You just need an environment of kick-ass musicians to kick your ass. Like, that's what college is good for. Like that, and, you know, having your 2 tutors that are amazing change your life. 2 teachers or 1 teacher. That's all. It's not a big deal, man. Could you show some unusual 251 voicings, or is that too much to ask for? Of course I can. Are you planning to do some videos for people who start exploring jazz, just some basic stuff, just to get them interested? Gene, I was going to. I just feel like there's already so many of those videos that I wonder, do you guys really need me to do that? Most videos on YouTube about any subject are for beginners. Most videos about cars on YouTube are people who are beginner car enthusiasts. Most videos about music on YouTube are people who are beginning musicians. Most photography videos on YouTube are for beginner photographers. Like, most videos on YouTube are for beginners of every kind. That's why I'm like, should I make more videos like that? Aren't there already more than enough? Unusual 251 voicings. Yeah, I should make a video about that. I mean, yes. When you played that Jan Steps example, is it more kinesthetic, or are you aware of the note names, scale degrees, and chords? I'm not aware of any of that. I just know what next note to play that belongs to the right chord scale for that chord. I'm aware of the chords intuitively because I practiced them a lot. But I don't know if I'm playing the 5th of each chord. And why the hell do I need to know that? Or the 7th or the 3rd? I just know what's the closest next note. I'm in a chord, right? Now the chord's going to change. What's the closest next note that's appropriate, that's right note for this chord? And I play that note. Left hand, root, third and seventh. Michael K, how's it going? I have a video about left hand you can check out. And yes, it talks about roots, thirds, and sevenths. And other things too. I recommend you check out the video. And there's even a PDF that I put with that video that shows you a lot of stuff. In comping, how do we change voicing depending on what notes soloist is playing? I'm gonna make a video about comping. I try to stay out of the range of the soloist and not bother the soloist by playing in their range. That's one thing I do. I try to rhythmically complement their rhythms. I'm in North Carolina. Should I gravitate towards the bigger cities to get that atmosphere with better players? Yes. The answer to that question is a resounding yes. Idan Mizrahi, ma kore, achi? Hi Ruslan, recently I got tired of my melodic improvisation and I feel like I need to evolve. Which artist would you recommend listening to get melodically stimulated like that? Fuck. I don't know, man. Fucking Keith Jarrett, Michael Brecker, Pat Metheny, those are the melody people I go to. I don't know what's your taste. Someone could also say, I don't know. I mean, there's so many artists. I go to Keith Jarrett for anything melodic. Mark Turner, someone would say, but like I don't go to him necessarily for melodic stuff. I love Keith Jarrett melodic stuff more than anything. Haha, for future live, how about sitting at the piano and taking jazz standard requests? Play one chorus, see if we can stump you. Of course you can stump me. There's so many standards I don't know. Are you kidding me? I'll do that. Do I have a top 50 must-know jazz standard list? Fuck, I need to make a video about that. What a great idea, you guys. Babe, can you write that down for me? Top 50 must-know jazz standards. And write down also, you guys are giving me great video ideas. Also write down how to play intros. That's such great ideas, wow. Who is your favorite horn player you've played with? That I've played with? Man, I'm lucky to have played with some bad cats. I've played with Bob Mincer is one of my favorites that I've played with. Walter Smith, third, is one of my favorites probably that I played with. Here and there, I didn't play with Walter a lot. Who else? I don't know. Maybe a couple more. Do you speak any Russian or Ukrainian? Yes, I speak fluent Russian and understand Ukrainian. Candy Poor, my man, I gotta call you back, brother. I'm sorry, I've been stumped. I'll finish the tune tonight. I'll have it done tonight. Can you make a video about chord degrees and how we can know what if the chords are C13 or 9 or flat 11? Basically, how to add different tensions, explaining tensions. Yeah, I'll do that, babe. Can you write down one more? Making a chord explaining, making videos how to explain if a chord has like a 13th or a 9th or 11th degree. Thank you. I'm basically giving my girlfriend like video ideas that you guys are giving me right now. Yes, I'll make a video. How do you listen to music? How to focus? How to get benefit from it? Well, I think learning how to play music you love is a really good idea, Mohammed. How to listen to music, how to focus, how to get benefit. I think if there's a piece of music you love, you should learn how to play it. And even better, learn how to play it in 2 keys. Then you will pick up a lot of cool things from that. You have a professional assistant? My girlfriend, yeah, she's so much more than that. She's amazing. Would you say there are scale-oriented players and chord arpeggio-oriented players? I imagine something like that, since you don't care too much about knowing the 1, 3, 5 of the chords you are. No, I don't care knowing what they are because I already know what they are. I don't worry about that because it's ingrained. Like if I know that it's an F major 7 chord, I already know where the 3, 5, and 1 of that. I don't think there's scale-oriented and chord-oriented, arpeggio-oriented. I think we should all be able to do both. It's just really fundamental knowledge of 1, 3, and 5. Of course, if I play scale-oriented, I still have to know where the 1, 3, and the 5 is. Otherwise, what scale am I doing? Where is the 1 of the scale? Right? My wife would never do that. Ha! Wait, she's not my wife yet. Maybe when she's gonna be my wife, she's not gonna do that either. What's an absolute no-go while comping? An absolute no-go while comping is parodying the soloist. If the soloist plays beep beep doo ba doo doo and you respond beep 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 and like copying exactly what they played all the time like a moron, that's really stupid. Don't do that. Great, thanks. Have I ever played at the Mint? Yeah, plenty of times. That's in LA. I live in LA. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys. If you can, please hit that like button for the video. It helps other people discover the video. It's right under my, it's right under the screen. Hit the like button. That's how other people will see that the video is live. Could you do a video on modulation techniques using fancy jazz chord progressions? No, but I could do a video on modulation techniques. Baby, could you write that, sweetie? I'm sorry, I'm like putting my girlfriend to work. Like she has nothing better to do. Video on modulation techniques. That's such a great idea. I've never thought of that. Are you aware of the Barry Harris video collection on YouTube? Yes, I am aware of that collection, and I've watched all of it 20 freaking million times. It's amazing. You should go watch his videos and not my videos. Because he's 80-something years old, and he's the only living old-school jazz player who's still teaching and is actually not secretive. You know, guys, back in the days, those guys didn't teach anyone anything. He's the really oddball in that sense, Barry Harris, as he gives all the secrets away. I don't always agree with that way of thinking because I think it limits the way you sound, but it definitely gives you that old-school jazz bebop-y sound that's amazing. And so I'm nowhere near being able to master that, but it's actually incredible to watch. Have I ever gone to Barry Harris workshops? No, I have not. Unfortunately not. I would love to go. I would freaking love to go. But no, I have not. Classical harmony books. Crap, there were those 2 books. Oh, fuck, what's the name? Fuck. Classic, and I recommend classical harmony books. Hold, yes. Just give me a second. What's the name of those 2 books? I hate it. I know 2 really good books. Oh, I forget, man. I'm so sorry, brother. I gotta go to Barry Harris' workshop. Yes, just visit New York City, and he does them all the time there. Yeah, absolutely. Next time I'm in New York, I'm gonna do it. Next time I'm in New York, I'm so going to a Barry Harris workshop, you guys. I'm actually going to be in New York a bunch this summer. Yeah, that's really good idea. That's a really good idea. I have so much touring coming up this summer, you guys. I'm touring with Larry Carlton. I'm touring with Richard Bona. I'm touring with Josh Groban, who's not a jazz artist. But I'm doing that. I'm doing some stuff with Bob Reynolds. Just don't piss off Barry Harris. Yeah, I know. Some fancy 251 voicings. Have you ever read Harmonic Experience by Metheny? If so, I have never read that. I am really sorry. I've never read it. I should check it out. Is it a good book? Should I check it out? How's that for take 5? Someone asked to play take 5. Do you play right hand chord root using fingers 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 4? Or depends. Any advice on this? I'm not really sure. I think the best way to go is try both ways and see which slowly and which works better for you, and then practice that way. Now play it as a polka. I can polka in 5. Haha. 1 second. Let me try to figure that out. Play it as a polka in 5. Nothing. 1 second. Yeah, I don't know if I can play that. People would fall down and break their legs if this was a polka. Has anyone commented on the piano liqueur proximity yet? Yeah, the piano. This is whiskeys. This is a bunch of whiskeys. You guys, I love whiskey. I'm dancing in my kitchen. Yeah, dancing. Is there a way to gain absolute independence between two hands, or is that something no one has to practice? One has to practice for each and every left hand groove. I think you practice a bunch of grooves, and then independence generally increases. Can you play "Man in the Mirror" by Michael Jackson? Let's see. How does it go? I love that song. I just played with the bass player who played on it. I played with him this past weekend. Lenny Tristano, yeah, he's amazing. I'm in LA at the moment. Weather worse than UK. Back home tomorrow's. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Dennis. I appreciate it. Ha, amazing song. You're amazing. My Song by Keith Jarrett. I never played the song. I don't remember. I've never played this song. I listened to it a bunch, but I forgot how does the second part go? I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it again. It's an amazing composition. Your inspiration, bro. Thanks so much for helping us, for real. Thank you. My pleasure. Can you give us a few tips to create a song? I don't know. Composition. Like, how can you give a tip for composition? Try to hear melodies in your head, and that's a good place to start. Try to hear a melody away from the instrument and then develop that melody on the instrument. You want the melody to come from you, not from the fingers on the instrument. So maybe try to start with an idea. It's a good place to start. Idea away from the instrument that comes to you in your mind. Oh, my eyes teared a little. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's an amazing song. Can you play one of the songs, your best songs of Richard Bona? No, I don't know many Richard Bona songs yet. I'm gonna learn many because I'm touring with him this summer. You have to do a video about soul music and all your nice little movement that you do. You're so good at that, and I can tell that it's really close to you. The soul stuff, the gospel stuff, yeah, absolutely. Uh, Absolutely, yes. 1 second, hold on. Yes, I'm gonna do that. Although have I played with David Benoit? No, he's a piano player. It's very rare that two piano players play together. It doesn't happen often. Two great solos to study, yes. Keith Jarrett, Bye Bye Blackbird. That's one. Fuck. Just study that one. Trust me. What's the funniest gig I've ever done? Oh, brother, don't even start with me. Ugh. What's the funniest gig I've ever done? Oh, man. I was dressed as a Spice Girl in 12th grade and did a gig like that. That was pretty funny, but there's been a lot since. I just don't remember. Do I like Pat Metheny? Pat Metheny is probably one of my biggest influences. You wonder what I sounded like during my church days? I sounded a lot churchier than I do now, I'll tell you that much. I started a lot churchier. I don't have it anymore like that. I never sounded like a church guy because I'm not. I didn't grow up like that. But I sounded a lot churchier, man. Whew, with Doobie Powell and those guys. And then I moved here to LA. That's Doobie stuff. Poof, that's years ago. That is a melody genius. I wish I had that. Yeah, taste. Me too. I wish I had that too. What about Little Rock and Little Rick Roll? Right? Have I met Corey Henry? I saw Corey 2 days ago. We're gonna hang out this week. He's actually here in LA. Oh, so what do you practice these days besides gig stuff? Well, good question. How to make better YouTube videos. That's what I practice. Right. Have you heard Ruslan with John? Do you give so much to the world? Thank you. I hope I give something to the world. Crap. I really hope that's true. Can you play your favorite Pat Metheny group song? No, because I have a billion of those songs. Are you kidding me? Uh, uh, mm. That's a Pat Metheny group song called Letter from Home. Fuck. Wow. Yeah, I have a lot of Pat Metheny songs that I like. I'm currently trying to learn to improvise over Falling Grace. Any tips? How about 1 minute lesson on Falling Grace? Yeah, it's the same as oh, In Her Family is another song. Wait. Let me play In Her Family. Yeah. And then there's the B section. Letter from. So yeah, Falling Grace. How to practice on it? The same way you practice over every song. It's just a set of chord changes in terms of that. Check out my series on how to improvise on chord changes and apply those things to Falling Grace. That's what I would do. What keyboard am I playing? Is the touch equal to near grand? No, it sucks. This keyboard is awful. It's the keyboard my friend gave me when I spilled sardine oil on my keyboard, which wasn't much better than this one in the first place. This is awful. Okay, practice time. Keith Jarrett's Bye Bye Blackbird and Pat Metheny. As always, thank you. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you. That's a good start to practice. Crazy how you can just pull those out. Thank you. Well, yeah, shit, I'm 38. I've been listening to this shit since I'm fucking 15. Yeah, I can pull those out. I got to play these songs with Pat Metheny once. Yep. I probably lost 7 pounds that day because I was so nervous. And I knew them a lot better, of course, than I know them now. But yeah, no, don't get me started on Metheny and, Metheny. I think my girlfriend liked one of those Pat Metheny songs. Oh, you like Letter from Home, baby? Yeah, I like that song a lot. Yeah, my girlfriend has a really good musical taste. She studied music in college and stuff and sang in a choir. So she doesn't play for a living or whatever, but it's like having a musician without the ego of a musician in the house. which is kind of awesome. Where is she? There you are. Hey, baby. Hey. Yeah, it's imagine having a musician in the house who kind of knows, music, but they don't have an ego about it because they don't consider themselves a professional musician. It's great. Some more of my favorite books. Oh, are you guys real? You mean music books or like regular books? Or whiskey books? Which books? Wait, I think there's more questions. Hi, Alexander Leon. You guys can ask more questions. How about funk, phrases, or comping? Yeah, for that stuff, a lot of bluesy stuff, sort of a lot of. I transcribed a lot, but I don't feel like it helped me, or I forget it easily after sometimes. Because, yeah, I think transcribing needs to be done right. Of course, it helped you. You just have to also play a lot, and then it starts to come out, and you have to do something with the stuff that you transcribe. You don't just transcribe things. It's a whole thing. I'll do a video about what to do after you transcribe and how it works. But you have to play with people a lot. Then it starts to come out. How about funk phrases or comping? Yeah, a lot of funk phrases and comping. It comes from guitar. Um, um, like a lot of blues stuff in there, a lot of soul stuff in there. Check out Les McCann. Check out George Duke for funk stuff. Comping means accompanying. Have you heard? Yes, that was Have You Heard by Pat Metheny when I played before. Hal Crook's How to Improvise book is dense. So much easier to digest the information in your videos. Love them. Yes, everything about Hal Crook's thing is dense. Correct. I use a lot of his stuff in my motivic development videos. I just break it down in manageable chunks. But yes, Hal Crook's shit is dense as hell. It's the real deal. And that's where I get my stuff from. And I also have some other stuff that I show that's not from there. But yeah, those books are amazing, but yes, they're dense. When you're playing a song you played a million times, are you just letting your fingers do their thing? Or are you trying to reinvent it every time? I'm trying to reinvent it every time. I'm trying, otherwise I'm bored. Reinvent it in small ways with little details, because some depends on the song. Sometimes you have to stick to the part. Do I have a favorite popular song? I don't have any favorites of anything, you guys. I really don't. It's hard to have a favorite when you know so much music and you love so much music. It's hard to have favorite chord, favorite song, favorite artist. Rhodes or Wurlitzer? Oh, depends on the song. Some song sounds better with the Rhodes, some with a Wurlitzer. What's the next instrument that I'm next best after piano? Bass. I can play professional bass. I'm not a great bass player, but I'm a pretty decent bass player. Like I can play bass on most gigs and sound fine. Do you think introverted tend to hardly play funk in front of the people? Because when I practice myself, then it's okay to hear sometimes lose the rhythm though. Good question. How to get over it? Well, I'm an introvert. The way I got over it is I started talking to people on the street when I was 25 and asking people what time it is and putting myself outside my comfort zones. If if you lose the rhythm, then you have to practice the rhythm. That's separate. But yeah, funk is the music of the people. It's party music. It usually happens when there's people having a good time. I recommend that extroverts do introverted things and introverts do extroverted things. I recommend everybody goes outside their comfort zone because they're already doing the things inside their comfort zone. So, why not do something outside? That's the only way, that's the only uncovered ground. So why cover that ground? If where you live doesn't have the atmosphere and you are unable to get in the environment, get their environment, do you just listen to albums and watch live music? Yeah, and smoke weed. Yeah, absolutely. That's what people do. What's my favorite gear for a live situation? Piano, grand piano. That's what I want. That's it. Sometimes there's a Rhodes, that's great. I just want a grand piano. I don't give a crap. Well, it depends on the gig. I mean, if I'm playing for, Christina Aguilera, I'm going to have a different favorite rig than if I'm playing for Josh Groban or if I'm playing for Herbie Hancock playing second keys for him, or if I'm playing for, depends on the gig, yeah. Do I play walking bass left hand sometimes? Yes, sometimes. I'll make a video about that very soon. You're an awesome person. Thanks for the party. My pleasure. Do I learn every song in every key? No. But I can play most songs in most keys. Not equally as comfortable, but I'm at a point where I don't have to learn the song in the new key. I can just play it in the new key if I know the song. Your YouTube lessons helped me a lot to compose my music. Thanks a lot, man. That's really cool. I'm really happy to hear that. Can you explain the voicings on the song Closer? Oh, you mean the song with Bob Reynolds? I don't have the chart for that. Hold on. And I don't know that I can explain the voicings so much. Do I practice bass regularly? No. I should, though. If I did, I'd be really, really good. I really should practice bass. That's a major 7. That's a major 7 chord to like 1, 5, 3, major 7. A lot of times I'll play chords and I spread them out. Like instead of this, I'll play instead of right, I'll spread things out like that often. Hold on, there's more. How do you come up with great melodies in jazz context? You listen to a lot of great... How do I come up with great melodies with jazz context? Well, I don't know that I do. But if I ever did, it's only because I listen to a lot of great melodies. And I love melodies. My favorite music has great melodies. If I listen to a lot of great melodies like that, I end up coming up with some myself. Walking by while improvising solo right hand. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I do that. I do it all the time. Yeah, that's one of the things you can do when you improvise. You can not only do walking bass in the left hand. You can just start like. So yeah, like doing walking bass in your left hand is one of the things you can do in the middle of improvising on a piano. Absolutely. What's the first standard I learned? Oh, summertime, I think. Some tips for modal improvising. Yeah, I should do a video about that. Modal improvising. Yeah, again, here's advice that never fails. Transcribe some modal solos. Transcribe one. Learn it in 3 keys. You won't regret it. It'll give you a bunch of language ideas, and you'll see how, like, McCoy Tyner approaches improvising on F major. Like, if, or C, whatever, right? Like, transcribe a bunch of stuff like that, and that will help. I'm so lucky to talk to you and answer directly. You're great, man. Thank you so much, Sadik. Thank you. I appreciate it, my man. Do you know the harmonic pocket concept? I don't think I know that harmonic pocket concept at all. No. When I see a million chords, oh, thank you so much, Dirty Spraga. Thank you so much, my brother. When I see a million chords, I freeze. You freeze because you don't know how to improvise on them, or you don't know how to voice them on the piano. What's the problem? What exactly? What exactly was it? What it got? Why do you freeze? You can't voice them correctly. You don't know the voicing for those million different chords, or do you not know how to improvise on them? What's the problem exactly? The final phrase is upper structure. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate the contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I play trumpet and can't voice it. Oh, you mean you can't voice them on the piano? There she is. You can't voice. Oh, well, yeah, I understand. Well, start with shell voicings if you want to learn how to voice it. If I'm understanding you correctly, you play trumpet, so you don't know how to voice them on the piano. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying? You are a great musician. Thank you very much. I hope you're right. You guys, okay. How long do you plan this stream is? I'm about to end it, actually. We've been on for 100 minutes, hour and a half. I think I'm about to end pretty soon, and I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna start doing videos in 2 days again, you guys. I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon. Well, yeah, we've been on for over an hour and a half. That's a long time to stream, you guys. And yeah, I'll be back. Please hit me up on Instagram if you want. I'm around. Hit the like button on this video if you can before you leave. It helps other people to discover it. And thank you for your financial contributions. This was really cool. I always appreciate it. Thank you all, and thank you. And I'll be back with more videos and more live streams next week, okay? If you want to find me on Instagram at Ruslan Piano. At Ruslan Piano on Instagram. And I'll talk to you guys really soon, okay? Much love, and thank you. I'll see you soon.